I'm Shannon Clee for Canadian HR Reporter TV. Dr. Tom Tavares is an organizational psychologist and author of The Minefield. He spoke about why management is broken at a Strategic Capability Network event in Toronto. What is the minefield?
The minefield is how working in a job in an organization affects how people see things and how they behave. And since everyone in an organization works in a job, the minefield refers to the kind of internal psychological environment of the organization.
Why do you say that management is broken?
Management is broken in the sense that this dimension, the way that people behave on a day-to-day basis, is not managed as a part of business performance. And so because of the knowledge gap, people tend to overlook this aspect, and it causes companies to be less successful than they could be.
What is the management knowledge gap?
People not understanding how working in that kind of internal environment affects their perception and behavior and keeps them from performing as well as they can.
What is the most important thing to know about day-to-day behavior in organizations?
Day-to-day behavior in organizations is remarkably uniform regardless of the industry or the company or the people involved. Because if people understand that it's not just their firm, then it's easier for them to be more open in talking about this issue.
How can we develop more effective leaders?
Right now, the advice that we tend to give people tends to be kind of broad and generic, so we might tell managers to communicate more, but really what they should be doing is communicating more about how priorities are shifting or how to translate those priorities into action or how to solve problems.
What is the number one thing that HR can do to fix management?
At this stage where we're just learning why so many institutions and organizations are breaking down, that HR can help most by building awareness of what the problem is in management and help their line people to go about solving it. Because this challenge involves behavior, it's easy to be judgmental or to point fingers at one another, when in fact what this is just a very important part of business performance.
What is the biggest challenge facing HR when it comes to fixing management?
I think it has to do with the sequence of implementing this change in organizations. So if management doesn't first understand how management is broken, then they tend to ask HR to do kind of impossible things. So for example, if management doesn't communicate in a more disciplined way on a day-to-day basis, then formal programs by HR in the areas of, for example, employee engagement or employee recognition are not likely to be very effective because the day-to-day behavior of management will undermine the impact of the program.